to look at the TI-30XIIS, and we're going to look at how to use the data and stat variations. Notice right here you see degree, and this is where you can do calculations and you can go up and down. So if I do 52 plus 36, and then I do 98 minus 25, but then I can go back up, okay? So I can go up and down, that type of thing. In order to enter stat mode, you'll notice right here it says stat. I'm going to do second and then hit my data key. Now, you have one variable, you have two variable. Whenever you come into stat mode, always clear your data first. So scroll over to clear data, hit enter, and then we're going to be working with one variable. So hit enter again. You'll notice you're in stat mode. Now, one thing about stat mode is you can do calculations. You just cannot go back and forth. So if you've done a calculation, you cannot go back and look at it. So once you're done with stat mode, you will want to exit. Now we'll show you how to exit stat mode. Once you're in stat mode, you will go to data and notice you have an X1. This is where you're going to actually enter your data. So you're going to put in like 25 and you're going to hit the down key. Now, if you're just entering raw data, you're going to leave your frequency at 1. And so then you can hit 64, down, enter down, 92, down, and a 94. Once you've entered all of your data, you're going to hit the stat var key. And it says calculate. Now, you'll notice that the N is underlined. That's your sample size. And you can scroll over. Here is your X bar, which is your sample mean. Here is your S of X, which is your sample standard deviation. Here is your sigma sub X, which is your population standard deviation. Here is your summation of X's. That's just adding up all your X values. Here's the summation of X squareds. That's taking each value, squaring it, and then adding it up. And then you're back to the very beginning again. So these are the values that you can get from using the stat variation key on the TI-30XIIS. Now I'm going to go back to my data, and I'm actually going to go to second data, and I want to clear my data. That way I start fresh. Okay? Now if you are looking at grouped data, where you have the classes and everything, you can enter the midpoint and then go down and enter its frequency. Let's say that my first class has a frequency of 6. My next midpoint might be 15, and its frequency may be 45. Then I have a midpoint of 25. Its frequency may only be 9. Then I have 35. Its frequency may be 78. Okay? So I've entered the midpoints and their frequencies. Then I'm going to do the stat var key. You'll notice that my sum, my sample size, is 138. But I only entered an four values, 4 classes, but whenever you added up the frequencies, they were 138. My sample mean, and I still get the same types of values that I did before. Now, once you are done with your statistical analysis that you need, and you're going to go back to regular calculations, always do this exit stat. You want to make sure that you exit stat mode so that you can go back and forth between calculations. So you're going to do second, and then you're going to hit this exit stat var key, and you want the yes to be underlined, and you're going to hit enter. Notice the stat is gone. You're back in degree mode. And so now wherever you do your calculations, you'll be able to go back and forth. If you have questions, just let me know and I'll be glad to help you.